OverDose vapes. Keep your coils tight. Keep your wicks wet. If you're looking for new flavors, I'm all about the clouds, bro. Filling up a clear row, we're dripping on the sub-ohm reviews for the juice while Trevor Josh post viewed on YouTube and prepare for overdose.
Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to OverDoseVapes. This is Travis, and we're taking a look at, for the first time, we're making history. We're looking at a Cig-a-Like. That's right. You're looking at a Cig-a-Like, Travis? Indeed I am. Yes. Okay. So, why a Cig-a-Like, right? Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. So, 2009, so almost a decade ago, was the first time I attempted to quit smoking using vaping. At that time, the only thing I had available to me was Cig-a-Likes. I went to the store. It was a drugstore, and I picked one up. The brand that I picked up is still available to this day. I'm not going to mention which one because I wouldn't recommend you go try it or anything. Took it home. I paid a lot of money for it. Actually, looking back on it now, I paid a lot of money for it. I was very excited about it. I honestly thought this is the day I quit smoking. I'd heard a lot of good things about this new thing called vaping. There was a lot of rumblings amongst my circle of friends. I was very excited, took it home, and I was extremely disappointed. It was just disappointment after disappointment. It was very harsh. The flavor was terrible. It was producing absolutely no vapor, like none. No vapor. It was just a very disappointing experience. And I wasn't also, the biggest part about it is I was not getting the nicotine I needed to sustain my cravings. And literally, I did not go, it didn't even work at all. I mean, I didn't even stay away from cigarettes for one day. I immediately went back to smoking. I never quit smoking using that Cig-a-Like. It was a very big disappointment, and after that, it was 2 years before I even tried to vape again. It was 2011 was the next time that I even tried, because I had, in my mind, at that point, I thought it's BS. It's never going to work. Vaping doesn't work for me, and I had that in my mind because of the experience I had with Cig-a-Likes. However, it's 2018, almost 2019 in our reality. And so in my mind, it's like, have they progressed? Has that technology come, has it matured? Okay? What makes this different? Why did I even agree to review this? The flavors. The flavors in this range are actually really good. No bullshit. No messing around. They're really good. The flavors here are top notch. Like I said, I have strawberry fresh here on my battery right now. Take a puff. Produces a nice little bit of vapor. I mean, this is not like, this is not like a big cloud blowing thing, obviously. Again, somebody who's just trying to quit smoking, I really, they're probably not even looking for that experience. But this does put off enough vapor that you're getting something. It fulfills that need of seeing. They offer this in 12, 24, and 36. I will say this, 24, 36, that sounds like it's going to be really harsh. It's not. It's very, very smooth. So smooth that I actually thought at first, I'm like, oh, I must have the wrong one on there. It's you know, it's like hard to even tell the difference between the 24s and the 36s. They're all so smooth, and the flavors shine through even on the highest milligram nicotines. So it's old technology. I mean, I thought this was going to be something new, especially when I started vaping them. I'm like, wow, what are they using here? Like, how are they accomplishing like this really nice pure flavor, this really smooth vape experience? You know, the vapor that they're putting out, it's a cartomizer. It blew my mind. I honestly didn't expect it. I'm like, just because I put one together, started using it, started vaping it, and I'm like, wow, what are they using here? Like, you know, how are they accomplishing this? And then I look, it's a cartomizer. I even took one apart just to be sure. It is a cartomizer. A cartomizer is an older vape technology, like from the 2009 kind of era. It's just it's a tube. It has a lot. It's stuffed full of like filling material, like that they use kind of as a wick, and then it's saturated with a ton of juice, ton of e-liquid, and it's got a heating element in there. And that's a really old technology before we had like, you know, like what do you call it, clearomizers, sub-ohm tanks. Before all that stuff, there was cartomizers and cartomizer tanks, and this is that technology. But this is done in a really profoundly excellent way. This is the best cartomizer experience I've ever had, including using cartomizers on regular mods. This is a really good experience. You get one battery in each package, which is a little bit of a bummer. It does come with a charger, typical old school charger, yeah, USB style. It works really well. It just has really good flavor. It produces a nice amount of vapor. It feels really good to vape. It feels very smooth. There's not like a tremendous throat hit, but you do feel like you're vaping, and you do definitely feel the nicotine, which is good. That's what people want. But it doesn't give you that harsh, like I'm vaping 36 milligram e-liquid feeling. Thank God. Okay, so what about the flavors? I have a bunch of them here. I picked out kind of my favorites. They sent me a ton of stuff. Okay, and like I said, I didn't use. There's ones that are called like True Cig, original, menthol, just straight up menthol. I just kind of forego those because that's just not what I'm looking for, and I honestly don't think that doesn't really help people to get away from smoking. It just, in my experience, some people are gonna want that, but I really believe that if you offer them alternatives, something that tastes good, they're probably gonna gravitate towards that instead of the cigarette flavored ones. Okay, so what do we have? So far, my absolute favorite one, unsurprisingly, has been strawberry fresh. They come in these little packages of, I believe, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6. I don't know how many comes in here. 5. So it comes with 5 cartomizers. These are disposable, of course. They have the little rubber stoppers on them and stuff. It's just taking me back. This is straight old school. But yeah, strawberry fresh. Why do I like this? Well, I'm a strawberry nut anyways, and this is a very, very nice, like bold, ripe strawberry flavor. There's none of that sweet, artificial strawberry mess here. It is straight up a seedy, beautiful, ripe, juicy strawberry flavor. The first one I tore into, and I was so surprised by the quality of this flavor. I know strawberry. I love strawberry. This is a good strawberry. Amazingly, honestly. It blew my mind. Okay, so strawberry fresh, my absolute favorite. My second favorite is this smoothie. It's just called smoothie. It's a fruit smoothie. Let me go ahead and throw one on the battery here. Another thing I like about this technology is that it's so easy to wrap your head around. You screw them in, you vape them. You know, it's that easy. The smoothie's very nice. It's got a real nice, mellow sweetness to it, and a very dense, creamy flavor to it as well. And there's a background fruit note. I would guess probably something like peach, or maybe even something tropical, maybe like some kind of mango-esque flavor. It's probably a mix of flavors, but I get like a nice little bit of a tropical kind of fruit with a really nice dense cream. It's very smooth, very rich, delicious. highly recommend the smoothie and the strawberry fresh. If you're a fruit person or like a creamy kind of fruit person, those are the ones that I would go to first. Now that's not all. They don't just have fruits. A lot of times these kind of technologies, you're going to have a lot of fruits and not a lot of other other types of flavors. Wrong, my friend. So this one is cinnamon bon, and this is, as you would imagine, is a Cinnabon. And this one blew my mind. This one really blew my mind. It's a Cinnabon. It's got that. It really has the flavor of like when you have a Cinnabon and that melted icing is dripping down, and that warm, gooey cinnamon roll, the actual bread, mixed with that warm, gooey, dripping liquid icing and the butter. This captures that flavor. I'm just so surprised by the fact that this little cartomizer on this little battery is really delivering so much pure flavor and such a complex amount of flavors. It's just shocking to me. I never, if I would have had this in 2009, I honestly probably wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this video, because I probably would have just stopped smoking a couple years earlier, and I probably wouldn't have progressed past this, because this is such a good technology, this is such a good flavor, that this would have been enough for me. And this Cinnabon is in 12 milligram, the smoothie was in 24 milligram, and the strawberry fresh was in 12. I have a 36 here that I actually haven't tried yet. It's a vanilla bean. We're going to try that one here in a second. But because the reason why I want to try it is because between the 12 and the 24, I noticed no difference in the experience. How harsh it is, the ease of vaping, the flavor. I noticed absolutely no difference. 36 milligram vanilla bean. I'm very curious about this. Because the vanilla bean also was good. It was a little bit light, wasn't really one of my favorites, but I'm very curious to see how this 36 vapes. Is this going to be super harsh? Because so far the 24 and the 12 have been very smooth. Let's try it. Can tell. I mean, honestly, I can't tell the difference between the three. I just can't. Okay, I will say this one thing. The 36 has a little bit less flavor, saturation, than the other ones. So I've tried this vanilla bean, I believe, in 12. So I believe I've tried it in 12 and 36. The 12 had a considerable amount more flavor than the 36, but it wasn't any more. This one isn't any more harsh than the 12, which is insane. Very nice. Okay, so all in all, I mean, there's some downsides, there's some plus sides. Downsides for this, the actual technology, is that it's old technology, but it does work surprisingly well. So it's kind of hard to down it for using cartomizers. Like I said, I was very surprised when I looked and saw that these were cartomizers that they were using, because it's such a nice flavor. The fact that it only comes with one battery, that's probably the number one problem that I have with the way that they're being sold right now. You got to have two batteries, because it's that downtime when the actual battery's charging. That's when people get in trouble. That's when people go back to smoking. So if they offer these in 2-packs, I would be way happier to suggest these to people. But even still, I think that this is as good as it's gonna get for Cig-a-Like technology, because it provides a nice smooth experience. It's super simple. Know anything about vaping to enjoy this technology. You just screw on your cartomizer and you puff away, and that's it. I love that. I think the simpler we can make it for people, the better it does that very well. The amount of flavors that are provided here is awesome. There's a flavor for everybody. There's something for everybody here. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's not limited to, okay, you got menthol and tobacco. It's got apple, and it's got strawberry, and it's got smoothie. There's a coffee flavor that's okay. It's pretty good. I'm not a huge coffee person, but this one's actually really good. All the flavors are are actually done really well. The only time I don't like a flavor, it comes down to personal preference. There's no flavors in here that I thought this is just not done well. They're all done really well. It's just I don't like, for instance, the black cherry. I don't like the black cherry because black cherry is not a good flavor in vaping. It's just nobody does that good. I don't like the True Cig because it tastes like a cigarette. I don't like cigarette. That's why I quit. So, I mean, it all comes down to my preferences more than like, hey, this is not a good product. This is a great product. I highly recommend it. If you know somebody, you have somebody in your life that is having a hell of a time with quitting smoking, which is probably everybody, right? Quitting smoking is one of the hardest things that anyone's ever going to do their whole life. I can't recommend this enough. You know, if somebody just doesn't want to get into vaping, slide in one of these, you know, under the Christmas tree for their birthday, or just for the heck of it. And I really believe that this could help them. You know, I can't even tell you how much I wish this would have been available to me in 2009. That would have given me 2 more years being smoke free. So I want to thank Mimic so much for sending this out. They sent out a ton of stuff. All right, absolutely. So thank you so much to Mimic for sending this out. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a long one, but there was a lot to talk about. So until next time, keep your coils tight. We'll see you then. Peace out. I don't know what to do with my hands.